The shy farmer had always believed silence was safer than words, because words invited questions and questions invited pain. So he lived on the far edge of the prairie where the land rolled, wide and empty, and no one expected him to explain why he never married or why he flinched when people raised their voices. And it was there, beneath a burning western sun, that he first saw her, taller than any woman he had ever known, standing proud and unafraid, at the edge of his field like a spirit carved from earth and sky, her shadow stretching long across the wheat as if the land itself recognized her strength. And when she spoke, her voice was calm but heavy with loneliness, saying simply that her name did not matter, because names had been taken from her people too many times already. And when he asked why she had come, she looked past him toward the horizon and said words that struck him deeper than any insult ever could. "It hurts being without a man," not spoken in weakness but in truth, because she had carried burdens meant for 10 people since she was a child, a giant Apache girl raised to guard, to hunt, to endure, and now left alone when sickness and bullets had taken her family one by one, leaving her strong body standing over a hollow heart. And the farmer did not laugh or stare or turn away like others always did. He only nodded because he knew that kind of hurt, the hurt of waking every day with no one who needed you. And as the days passed, she stayed near his land, helping him mend fences, lifting logs he could barely move, watching him blush whenever their hands brushed. And though the town whispered and warned him that a woman like her would bring trouble, he found that trouble felt a lot like purpose, especially at night, when she sat outside the cabin telling stories of mountains and rivers, stolen by maps and treaties, her voice steady but her eyes burning. And one evening when the wind howled, like ghosts across the plains, she admitted she feared sleeping alone, because silence reminded her of loss. And he confessed he feared speaking because silence was the only thing that had never betrayed him. And in that fragile honesty, something unseen began to bind them together. Not romance yet, but recognition. 2 broken lives seeing themselves reflected in each other. And when she finally stepped into his cabin to escape the cold, standing tall beneath the low beams, he realized that strength did not scare him anymore, because loneliness had been far more terrifying. And as the fire crackled and shadows danced along the walls, the story paused on a single truth worth remembering, that sometimes the wildest love stories are born not from desire, but from understanding. And if this beginning already touched something in your heart, stay with us, because the frontier has many more secrets to reveal, and subscribing now ensures you never miss the rest of this unforgettable journey through the Wild West. By the time winter arrived, the land had changed them both, because survival has a way of stripping away pride until only truth remains, and the giant Apache girl no longer slept with one eye open, trusting the quiet farmer to keep the fire alive and the door barred, while he learned to speak without fear, discovering that his voice carried weight when used to protect rather than retreat. And yet peace never lasts long on stolen land, for men came riding with hard eyes and harder intentions, claiming she did not belong and warning him that loving her would cost him everything. But the farmer surprised himself by standing firm, hands shaking yet voice steady, declaring that belonging was not something men decided with guns. And when violence threatened, she stood beside him not as a shield but as an equal, reminding him that she had never asked for saving, only for companionship. And in the aftermath of that confrontation, bruised but unbroken, she spoke again the words that had started it all, saying softly that it hurt less now. Being without a man was one kind of pain, but choosing to stand alone when love was possible was far worse. And though they never promised forever in grand speeches or ceremonies, they chose each morning to face the world together, sharing labor, warmth, and silence that no longer felt empty. And as seasons turned, the land accepted them, wheat growing tall where doubt once lived, laughter replacing fear inside the cabin walls. And the farmer realized that love did not require him to be loud or brave, in the ways stories demanded, only present. While she discovered that strength did not mean carrying everything alone, and so their story became one the prairie, whispered at night, not of conquest or tragedy, but of 2 souls finding shelter in each other against a world that tried to erase them. And as this tale draws to a close, remember that the Wild West was not only built by guns and gold, but by quiet choices made in moments of fear. And if this story moved you, inspired you, or reminded you that even the strongest hearts need connection, then support this channel by subscribing now. Because many more powerful stories of courage, love, and survival are waiting just beyond the horizon.